Hello everyone and welcome back to NieR Automata. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and today we need to figure out what we're doing in hacking space. Oh, I find myself in a bizarre memory storage area, stretching as far as I can see. It's a maze, a labyrinth, a massive interconnected network. I've never seen anything like it. It must have been created by the machines. So then, what am I doing here? I am 9S. That's all I can remember. Large portions of my memory have been destroyed, or may have been destroyed. What if I forget everything? My memories? Myself? Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Just follow the emergency manual and execute the memory recovery program. The recovery program. The recovery program begins to fill in the blanks in my memory. They drift back like missing letters filling out a word. The bunker, 2B's plan, a colossal machine life form, the last resort missile strike. Preservation mode was activated at the moment of the blast. It halted most of the safeties the network had in place. It halted the safeties? That doesn't seem right. Why would it halt the safeties? Wait, it must have been that EMP blast. Hooked me up to the machine network to something. To survive? I don't know. Interesting, though. So he's part of the machine network. That seems not good, huh? Like, are we able to shoot? Oh, we are. I mean, I guess it's fine, because, like, he accesses the machine network in order to hack them. So, I mean, they must have some sort of, like, fail-safes in place to keep them from being compromised, right? Hopefully. It took a while, but the recovery program managed to restore most of my memory functions. However, I still can't establish a link to my body. I don't know if you have a body anymore, dude. Like, you were on that missile when you collided with the machine. Like, I don't know that there's a body left. Like, you're gonna need a new one from the bunker, my dude. Although, actually, wait. His body is with the machines in the replicant city, or like the copied city or the false city or whatever it was called with Adam. Yeah. So maybe that's why. Gonna be curious to see how we wind up coming back around to that. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do but examine the surrounding memory space. It looks like the machines gathered and stored a lot of info in here. It all seems pretty random at first, but on closer inspection I learned how it's all connected. There are a variety of entries, such as data on human history and philosophy, but what's really strange are the recordings of machines stored next to those. In the politics category are records of the machines' own governmental endeavors. They'd tried all sorts of things. Absolute monarchies, republics, democracies. Huh. Do we have an example of a machine republic? I mean, so, like, the monarchy, we have the Kingdom of the Forest King, so that makes sense. The democracy, I'm guessing maybe would be Pascal's village? Maybe? I don't really know if Pascal's, like, the sole leader, or if there's, like, a machine council, or what. And that wasn't all. They also engaged in other scholarly pursuits, such as philosophy, mathematics, science, and social criticism. It's like the network was copying every possible human behavior and discipline. Almost as if they are trying to become human. Or, yeah, the machines are imitating humans. Why would they do that? Well, you see, If you haven't realized already, 9S, the machines are actually intelligent and sentient, and much like you, capable of independent thought. Just, they're brainwashed by the network. But when they're not on the network anymore, or even when they are, I guess, I dive deeper into the records. I can find no indication of the machines creating new cultures or values. They only imitate human behavior. Huh. That's an interesting note. Now, does that hold true, again, like, we've got machines that are on the network and machines that are off the network. Does this statement hold true for machines that are off the network as well? Because, like, Pascal's village is pretty strongly independent, but, I mean, you could just say that that's them mimicking human behavior, human tribal society, right? Having a little village, and that's just, you know, we are this village, and outsiders are welcome, but they're still outsiders, and, you know, like, that's very human, so. The strange thing is, if a unit fails, it fails in exactly the same way the next time. For example, if a machine forms a dictatorship that eventually collapses, it won't try a new type of government. It just forms a new dictatorship. Or if it plants crops and they die, it just tries the same thing again. And again, and again, and again. They keep performing the same behaviors. They don't ever learn. Okay, so yeah, this must be machine life forms on the network. Because that's obviously not the case with Pascal's village. Like, they've been able to do their own stuff, learn their own stuff. Or have they? Because we do see this pattern of behavior with the Machine Kingdom machines. Like, they know that the new Forest King, quote-unquote, the baby, quote-unquote, isn't growing and isn't doing anything, but they don't know what to do about it, so they just go about their days protecting the kingdom and acting like everything's fine, because as far as they can tell, they're doing what they need to. So is it just that there's certain machines that are able to break beyond that, like the actual Forest King, like Pascal? Are there unique individuals in the machine, again, biosphere isn't exactly the right word, but like the machine ecosystem, I guess, that have that capacity for learning and growth? I don't know. When it comes to combat, the machines show overwhelming adaptive behavior and evolutionary speed. So why do they insist on imitating humanity? And more specifically, why do they imitate their failures? It's almost as if the objective is failure itself. I sense a change in the data. Some kind of movement. I hone my perception and hold my breath. I hear something. A distant voice. I am now all androids. There's something there. Something clearly intelligent. Announce all androids what? What the heck was that? Are they talking? There's multiple routes to take here, and I don't know if there's any particular one that's the one that we should be taking. Just gonna see. Oh, nope. Okay, that is a dead end. Never mind. This reminds me of running around in Mega Man Battle Network. When we would just zoop about and, like, we were in the internet and there's just, like, these paths. It's fun stuff. I announce to all androids. The words shimmer into focus. The voice grows clear in my mind. Why the sudden dramatic note? It is Adam, a machine made in the image of a man. We machine life forms have evolved, he says. We made war, learned, grew, and thus we gained a new consciousness. Indeed, it is as if a new form of existence has been born. Lies, nothing but lies from mere machines. Adam laughs. And yet you androids claim to be alive. How very odd. You are puppets who lack even your own free will. No, you're wrong. His words flow through me as though they were poured into my ear. How am I wrong, boy? We're... Perhaps you have a will after all, he chuckles. Perhaps you have desires. So did he capture another scanner unit? Is that what we're seeing here? Or is he conversing with 9S? Now you see, boy, the true meaning of life is hatred. You're wrong. A vile hatred slumbers in the depths of your heart. You're wrong! The more you try to hide it, the more that darkness grows. Wrong! 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 Uh-huh. Damn it. We were made to protect mankind. We're not the same as you machines. Are you so sure, sir? Are you... Actually, I guess that's a good question. What if humanity doesn't actually exist anymore? Like, okay, because we just had this whole thing of... It's not a rebellious machine, but we have this Leviathan. I'm not looking at the dialogue yet because I'm getting my thought out. We had this Leviathan that ran rampant, and like, yeah, it didn't understand what it was doing, and it was looking for its mother, or whatever equivalent, yada, yada, yada. But like, that's a theme that we see again and again in sci-fi, where a race or a group of beings create some sort of AI construct that winds up growing beyond its programming or otherwise running out of control and destroying them and usurping them. I mean, we see that here. The machines did that to the aliens, right? So what if in the same vein, the androids did that to humanity? Right? Like, what if humanity doesn't actually exist anymore? And whether Yorha knows it or not, they've been fighting for, I don't know, another AI, extension of Yorha itself, a recording, I don't know. And they're just stuck in this forever war against the machines that did the same thing to their creators, and now neither side knows what it is that they're supposed to be doing, or even fully realizes what it is that's happened. Right? Isn't necessarily the case. It is entirely possible that humanity is on the moon and is waiting for the androids to subvert everything, or not subvert everything, to beat the machines and reclaim Earth. But what if that's not the case, right? What if that's why we're seeing this dialogue here and all these themes of rebellion and everything, right? Plus, now I think about it, A2 does have that bit of dialogue where she's talking about like how Command is the ones who betrayed us and everything. So hey, who knows? All who live are slaves to desire. Such internal appetites are what give our lives meaning. Some seek beauty, others serenity. For me, hatred is the, I'm not like that. Oh, yes, you are. You do not trust anything. You want to destroy everything. You have lost hope in everything. So this has to be Adam talking to 9S, right? And this is like, we have this 9S that is trapped in the city, and then this other version of 9S that was uploaded to the machine network and is now kind of experiencing everything from almost like an astral projection standpoint, right? It's got to be what's happening. You have lost hope in everything. You want to obtain everything. You want to be loved by all. You're thinking about how much you want to presumably fuck to be, aren't you? Uh-huh. Interesting. Why do they censor it? That's just silly. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually the case, and obviously this does make this 9S, if, you know, we're talking about 2B and then this boy, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some sort of romantic undertone the entire time, and we've already seen, like, the weird, like, sexual killing of 9S at the end of the 2B route, so, yeah, it all tracks. Reality stained by lies. Stop it! Hatred pouring into you. You're wrong! Damn it! Overflowing desire. I'm not like you. Your true self. Yeah, so this is definitely a fragment of 9S that we're playing as. We're not the same. Stop it. Stop it. It's not my fault, okay? Damn it! Stop. Help me. I couldn't see the last couple of ones. No, I'll forever be curious. Help me.
Each of the machines treated their treasures with great care. One treasured family above all else. Another treasured its older sibling. Another treasured its own beauty. But one more machine treasured something unique above all else. Hate.
Hey, there we go.
Is this death? So dark, so cold.
So is Adam the one that values hatred above all else? Because Eve is the one that we see with all the hatred. But...
NieR.
Funny how the hair color keeps switching.
Come on. Let's go home.
I still want to know more about this city and, like, how it functions. Like, how did we get here from a simple elevator? Like, I want to know way more about that. Self-hack? But why? Restoring our memories, I guess.
Memory core diagnostics.
Yeah.
A single reply is sufficient for acknowledgement.
Fine.
When did we do this before? We did this after the opening factory segment, right? With 9S? Feels like it was so long ago. Yeah, we've definitely done this before.
Memory core diagnostics complete. No issues detected.
Good.
Proposal. Engage visual sensor diagnostics.
You got it.
God, now I'm trying to remember what
Visual sensor
What
diagnostics
interactions?
complete. No issues detected. All checks complete.
Took long enough. Don't you think it's overkill to perform a full data overhaul?
Unit 9S was seized by the enemy and placed in a non-controlled state for an extended period of time. There is a high probability of corruption by an enemy logic virus.
Alright. Cram it. Anyway, I just gotta sync up with the bunker server and then I'm out of here, right?
So, okay, well, first of all, let me finish my other thought. I'm trying to remember what interactions we have with 9S over the rest of 2B's story. Like, I know he winds up helping us in the factory, and then he meets up with us to fight Eve. And beyond that, I don't really remember. And then obviously we have to choke him out and weirdly have both 2B and 9S kind of maybe getting off on it. It's a little weird, but maybe a lot weird. I don't know. But I think those are really the main interactions we have with him. So what is that going to entail for us now? Also, I don't know that it's the best idea to have 9S sync up with the bunker, because I'm afraid that that's going to somehow corrupt everybody else. Because there's no way that he just got away without being corrupted. There's no way. Oh boy.
Huh? What was that?
Unknown.
Halt the data sync.
Alert. Data synchronization is mandatory for all Yorha units.
Yeah, I know that, but we just got some kind of weird noise. Halt the data sync for 2B as well.
Affirmative.
Let's figure out where that noise came from. Just to be sure, you know? Open a port to the server.
Okay. Is the server corrupted? Like, prior to... You know, I did theorize about this, actually, now that I think about it. Whoa, check this out. I did theorize about this back when 9S first synced
No
up
time to
with,
examine everything. Better stick to the main data nodes.
back when 9S synced up with Pascal, when we had that weird interference, right? I was like, did we just, like, get some sort of virus that we're now going to spread to the bunker? And I think you guys even said something along the lines of, like, funny that I noticed that, or something like that. Nothing spoilery, but maybe that is what happened. And maybe 9S and 2B are now the only non-corrupted ones? Possibly? Maybe? Oh, I don't know. Concerning thought. Whoa. Interesting that we're hacking in...
Detected. Yorha unit storage records.
And we're back. Sorry about that. I totally didn't kick out the USB that connects my capture card to my PC. Not at all. What are you talking about? Whoops. So what I was saying was, it's interesting that, I mean, it could just be this is what the hacking mechanic looks like, you know, video game, but it is interesting that the hacking environment for machines and for the bunker are the same. It's built on the same infrastructure? Oh, but it's an interesting thing to note. Also, we have Yorha body storage records. I don't know what this means, though. Like, obviously, like 12D, 11B, 12H. Don't know what the H designation is. 11B, 12H, those are all lost multiple times. Interesting. 1S, there's no storage. And 9S, there's no storage. It looks like, anyway. I don't know what the indicators mean. For 2B, 1,203 out of 40. I don't know how to interpret this. It's interesting, though. I mean, 2B and 9S are on the list. Oh. Archive obtained Yorha body storage
What's the point of all
records.
this heavy security? All the black box data has been deleted, but it looks like everything else is here.
Okay, we can't even access that archive. Is it literally just going to be that data that we just looked at? Because if so, I'm guessing we're going to be able to cross-reference that with something at some point. Alright, what do we got here?
Detected. Access log to Council of Humanity's lunar server.
Oh boy. Okay. Shipping records. September 24th shipped. September 25th delivery scheduled. Unit 10 empty, 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 empty. Purified water. Empty, empty. Repair materials. Empty, empty. Over. Okay. So, are we literally only sending water and repair materials to the moon? Because if so, that would imply that humanity isn't actually there, right? Like, is there just like one dude there sending messages back to Yorha HQ with like orders and like giving the proclamations, you know, for the glory of mankind speeches and stuff, and he's just sitting there drinking water and repairing himself? Like, I mean, unless that's just this delivery and there's, you know, different like shipping manifestos for different deliveries, which is also completely reasonable, but there's a reason we're seeing this, and I don't think it's supposed to put us in any sort of ease of mind state.
What's a barrier doing here? Looks like records for supplies shipped to the moon. Strange. There were a ton of empty containers. That's weird. Why would they do that? Huh? A new port just opened.
Are we, like... Are scanner units, like, not supposed to be able to access this stuff? Is this something, like, special that only 9S is able to do and he doesn't realize it or something? Because, like... Oh.
Alert. We are not authorized to access this data.
Uh-huh.
Man, this stuff is all wrong. I need to check this out, too.
But we're not authorized, 9S. You're gonna see the secrets that nobody wants you to know. I'm guessing. Oh, God. I wasn't expecting enemies.
An attack barrier? Really? Why the heck would they install one of those in this server?
Uh-huh. Okay. Here we go. This is the juicy stuff right here. This is... Curiosity killed the cat, 9S. This is not going to get us anywhere good from a story... Well, it might get us somewhere good from a story standpoint. It's not going to get you anywhere good from a safety standpoint, but it's going to get us, as players, some very interesting, juicy details. Note that these documents are classified level S confidential and are not to be disclosed to any persons affiliated with Yorha aside from the commander. Project Yorha outline... Yorha Forces, Yorha Unit Combat System, Bunker Administration, Chain of Command, Council of Humanity Development Department, Backdoor, Support Units, Black Box, and Resistance Communications Network. Okay. Well, I mean, there's nothing damning here, right? I mean, there's a backdoor, but I mean, any system has a backdoor. Permissions to be received from the designated parties responsible for each entry prior to viewing. But I mean, that would just be the commander, right? Like, if the commander's the only one who's allowed to see this, then the only responsible party would be the commander.
Looks like info about how the Council of Humanity was formed as part of Project Yorha. Wait, isn't that backwards?
After a long period of battles and adventures, the prophet spoke. Oh, grant me the mercy of the land. Oh, grant me the joy of the heavens. Release me from my yoke of iron. Thus shall our souls be.
What was that? Crap! Did they find me?
Negative. Emergency backup request from 2B.
Close the server connection and activate my body.
Affirmative.
Uh-huh.
Ah, 9S.
Operator? What happened?
We recently detected large numbers of machine lifeforms throughout the factory area. We received a support request from 2B soon thereafter, but have been unable to respond due to poor reception.
All right, I'll try to gain access from the main terminal.
Are we talking like the main terminal here? Use the giant terminal. Oh, okay, okay. So, okay, like, let's also save. I'm actually probably going to call this one here. We're getting to be about that time anyway. But, okay, so, like, that... I mean, that's a pretty damning piece of evidence that suggests that the Council of Humanity doesn't actually exist, right? Like, that is actually just part of Yorha. Like, you could make the argument that the Council of Humanity is a bureaucratic organization that was formed alongside Yorha to be, like, the human side of the organization, right? Like, we formed Yorha, we being humanity. Or, like, you know, we should probably have an organization that communicates with and interacts with this android organization. So we'll form the Council of Humanity. I could see that. That seems like an argument that you could make. But the fact that 9S points out, like, wait, isn't that backwards? That's pretty damning, man. That is pretty damning. But that said, I do think I'm going to call this one here before we wind up running overtime, since we do have a chance to save. So, thank you all so much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. I know lots of theorizing, lots of potentially spoilerific talk. Just, I will remind you all, don't spoil anything. No spoilers in the comments. Please. Please. Like, I know I spitball a lot of ideas, and you guys say constantly, like, you know, I have really good theories, or it's like, oh man, like, I wind up being right about all sorts of stuff, but, like, I don't know what's happening. I don't want to know what's happening. I will spitball and theorize because that's fun for me, but I want the game to have the opportunity to present itself the way it's supposed to present itself. So, you know, just let it lie, I suppose. But that said, thank you again so much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. If you know someone that you think would enjoy this series or any of my other series, if you could shoot them a link, well, that would just be swell. Until the next time, though, I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there. And remember, be good to each other. Bye now.